Okay. Thank you, Mike, Steve, Jerry, and of course, my dear friend, Mark Baker. Hi, everyone. Are we enjoying ourselves? Yes. Tell you what, I didn't quite catch that. Let me be my real self. Let me try it again. Hi, everyone. Are we enjoying ourselves? Great. I'll be brief in my introduction of our distinguished keynote speaker. But let me first say a couple of words to properly set the stage. Also, because we all play a role in the fight against cancer, and our goal tonight is to stimulate new ideas and partnerships, as in at Joe Biden or at HUPO 2017, i.e. on Twitter. Please share your experiences tonight on social media at #proteogenomics. Last year, when I heard the United States Vice President Joe Biden speak at a White House cancer moonshot event, it really changed my perspective, both on the importance and urgency of cancer research. The Vice President's involvement in cancer became personal when his late son, the former Delaware Attorney General, Beau Biden, was diagnosed with brain cancer in 2013 at the age of 44. Soon after the passing of his son, 2 years later, President Barack Obama put his vice president in the forefront of a national and now international fight against cancer. During his final State of the Union address, President Obama announced a National Cancer Moonshot Task Force and appointed Vice President Joe Biden in charge of mission control. And man, did he deliver. Vice President Joe Biden worked with Congress to pass the 21st Century Cures Act, which in December of 2016 authorized $1.8 billion in cancer research over the next 7 years. Now, speaking of that White House Cancer Moonshot Task Force, about 1.5 years ago when I was asked to connect research centers around the world to study cancer using the scientific proteogenomic approaches that were developed and embraced by the National Cancer Institute's Clinical Proteomic Tumor Analysis Consortium, CPTAC, that were also done since day one in coordination with the United States Food and Drug Administration and the American Association for Clinical Chemistry to ensure rigor and reproducibility, importance for clinical trials. Never in my wildest dreams would I have envisioned what it would one day become. I vividly remember those events as if they were yesterday. The first country that signed on to this new consortium was Australia, in large part due to the groundwork by my dear friend Mark Baker. And of course, I have to confess the many endless late-night phone calls you and I had. However, because of that success, the next country that came on board was many. But at that point, I was asked to replicate the Australia partnership. Again, I made a series of phone calls. Not surprisingly, the first one went to Mark Baker. The next phone call, I actually ended up calling a very dear friend and philanthropist of mine in Miami, Florida, and it named Dr. Herbert Wertheim. And their response was very simple and very eloquent. They said, Rodriguez, if it accelerates progress in cancer, if it encourages greater cooperation and collaboration amongst research institutions, and if it enhances data sharing with the public, then why not? Today, this effort is now called the International Cancer Proteogenome Consortium, ICPC. This consortium now involves 29 of the world's leading cancer research centers, spanning 11 countries that have embraced this emerging science we've referred to as proteogenomics, and have pledged to share their data with the public. Our goal continues to be to accelerate cancer research around the world and its translation to patient care. Now, this could not have been achieved without the members of this consortium and the effort that's being catalyzed through the vision of Vice President Joe Biden. So to the researchers, the doctors, the funders, and government leaders involved in this effort, I say thank you. It also goes without saying a thank you is due to the Human Proteome Organization, HUPO. Not just for organizing tonight's gala, that would be too simple, but for being the leading voice on promoting the science of proteomics and for finding common ground today, tonight, to work with the members of ICPC. Cancer has no boundaries. As we convene here today, we look for inspiration that will take us to the next level in our fight against cancer. Mr. Vice President, let me be clear. You lead by example and inspire others to be part of your vision. You have shown that the potential for greatness is limitless. You have challenged many of us in this room more than any other person in the world. And your continued efforts to accelerate cancer research through the Biden Cancer Initiative serve to spur us onto further global collaborations. If not for you and the Cancer Moonshot, we would not be here. Everyone, please stand and join me now in welcoming our keynote speaker, the 47th Vice President of the United States, Joseph R. Biden, Jr.